I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Saw dudes, in our last episode on Jasmine and Gino, we discussed how Jasmine felt butthurt that her sister-in-law asked her to not have their wedding on specific dates so that her and her husband could actually attend. This especially hurts Gino's feelings when Jasmine starts arguments about his family because he's very close with his family, but Jasmine, the mother of the year, wants to drive a wedge between him and his family so that he's easier to control. We saw Jasmine go to the dog groomers. Yay, let's spend more of Gino's money. But I learned something very interesting while she was at the dog groomers, and that's that her dog Coco is actually a male. So the good news about her bringing her dog over to America is that Gino's not going to be the only male emasculated in the household now. While at the dog groomers, Jasmine FaceTimes Gino and commands him to say goodbye to Coco.
Say bye to Coco before he gets his special treatment today. His spa.
Bye, Coco. You're in good hands.
Oh my gosh, Coco! I can't wait for you to come over to my house and piss everywhere! Funny enough, Gino actually brings that up. He expresses his concerns to Jasmine about her little dog Coco pissing everywhere because he pissed everywhere in the luxury apartment he got for her in Panama.
And this island is artificial, like they created it. It's just for filthy rich people in Panama.
Oh, really?
Those are my neighbors now.
Oh, you think you're fancy?
It makes sense because Jasmine seems like she's never actually trained this dog, but he's bringing her and the dog over on a D1 scholarship to America, so he wants to make sure that the dog isn't going to pee everywhere.
I've been meaning to ask you, have you potty trained Coco yet? Because when I was in Panama, he was peeing all over your floor.
So when Gino politely asks Jasmine if the dog is potty trained or not, she cuts him off right away and provides an excuse why Coco pees everywhere, and that's that her dog has anxiety.
Because
Okay, number one, Coco doesn't do it on purpose. Okay, he doesn't do it on purpose. He suffers from anxiety.
I have anxiety!
Gino's just about giving the entire audience a migraine because he's too much of a coward to point out that what she just said is BS, so he just rolls his eyes and asks if she's okay. Jasmine then goes off on a rant about how she felt disrespected by Lori's text message. Here's the text message. Show of hands in the comments. Would any of y'all get offended by this?
Your sister-in-law texted me about the dates that I can already not pick up for the wedding because she's having a lovely vacation in Florida.
From the way that Jasmine's talking about this, it just seems like she's jealous that Gino isn't taking her on a vacation to Florida, and I'm sure that y'all could have gone on a vacation to Florida if you didn't spend the entire wedding dress budget on a butt job. And it's one of those things that's really confusing because Jasmine told the audience that she lost her natural curves because she's been working out like crazy in preparation for her wedding. So you don't need to be spending like 2 hours in the gym. You could go for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You don't have to go every single day. It seems like you did that to yourself. Like you lost your natural curves because you were dieting too extreme and going to the gym too much. So if you wanted that hourglass shape, you could have just gone to the gym less and saved that money and saved your partner that money because he's expressed to you multiple times that the budget is tight, especially right now. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? It just seems like this money could have gone towards so many better uses, especially because they're gonna be building a life together in the United States. This is her first time coming to the United States. She has no friends, no support system. This money could have went towards her starting a business in the United States. And I'm sure that she's gonna try and justify it by saying, you know, it's going towards her OnlyFans. But for her OnlyFans, it's like you could have not got the butt job. I'm sure that the same amount of subscribers would have subscribed regardless, because if you look at the butt, I think that it actually hurt her. To be honest, like that doesn't look like it's worth $10,000. If anything, it looks like something's wrong with it. And let me know in the comments if you're more knowledgeable about the art of the butt job, because I'm all caked up naturally, so I've never had one. So I don't know if this is going to look different later in time. Maybe because she recently got the butt, it looks like that, and it's gonna look more natural or look better later. Anyways, Gino explains to Jasmine that Lori didn't mean to be rude to her. She wrote the text very quickly because she was on the phone with Gino and she wanted to get it out of her brain before she forgot, which is something that's relatable for a lot of us. I don't know about y'all, but for me, when I remember a task that I have to do, I like to complete the task right away so that I don't forget later.
she didn't mean anything bad about that. It was just a hurry up quick message because she was talking to me saying, oh no, please don't have the wedding during these days or whatever.
It's about having manners.
Jasmine's reaction here is so whack because there's nothing offensive about that text message. Obviously, text message isn't the best form of communication with someone, but it's strange to see someone like Jasmine die on this hill and talk about how Lori's a bad communicator when she's arguably the worst communicator that we've seen on the show. Jasmine literally screams at Gino in every episode on 90 Day Fiancé and the spinoff. She used to be an English teacher, which is ironic because it was her job for years to interpret language and derive meaning from the literary work she covered in class. So not only was this scene a bad look for her as a partner, but also as a professional that for years was instructing the youth.
Gino is always blaming me for not getting along with his family. He always have a bias. He's never gonna take my side, not even when I'm right.
Wow, she's looking more and more like a blow-up doll every time I see her, but she will often do this. She says to the audience that she feels so disrespected and out of place with Gino's family. They've treated her with way more respect than she's treated Gino throughout this entire relationship. As we look at the past encounters that Jasmine's had with Gino's family on this show, all they've done is express legitimate concerns, such as using Gino to come to America and spending all his money on herself, which isn't hating on her, it's what she's done and how she's moved in this relationship. Jasmine communicates at the start of every season she goes on that Gino is her type because he's the safe pick and she has insecurities. He's not your type because if he was your type, you would treat him better. Just because this dude's ugly doesn't mean you get to shit on him in every episode. Actually, he might enjoy it because we learned from the last season that he likes to get peed on, and getting pooped on is like that next level up. But alas for Gino, simping's practically in the DNA because he gets off on her belligerent, aggressive rants. Otherwise, he would have left her a long time ago.
All my family have always treated you with love, with respect when you have come to Panama. I haven't even stepped a foot into the United States, and I'm already receiving orders.
Time out, Jasmine. You're not receiving orders for starters. And two, why wouldn't your family be nice to Gino? He's your walking, talking ATM. He pays your bills, and he's the reason why your bills is paid.
When I pay my bills are paid.
All she was trying to say is, hey, we're going to be on vacation these dates. Please try not to have a wedding during this time. That's all she's saying. And I completely agree with her. That's a simple request.
Look at Jasmine's face right now. She is so shook that her simp is standing up for himself. Gino goes on to point out to Jasmine that she's making a bigger deal out of the situation than she should, and to please have some compassion for these people. When he says this, Jasmine immediately laughed it off and said, oh, I have to have compassion for these people? Well, yeah, you probably should, because they're gonna be your family too if your intentions are serious about spending the rest of your life with Gino, and you're not pulling a Pedro. Jasmine then says to the audience, what about them having compassion on me? Someone that is leaving their whole fucking life just to be there because I love you. Very debatable that you actually love Gino. From the entire audience's perspective, you seem like a user, and it seems like you love what Gino can do for you. Secondly, you don't got shit going on in Panama, which is why you're so comfortable leaving Panama. You don't even have a job there. And thirdly, you got fired from your job because you were dressing inappropriately. That is what the high school said that you worked for. You blame Gino for that and guilt-tripped him into financially supporting you and paying for your entire life because you're lazy and you don't want to work. Now you started an OnlyFans. Okay, OnlyFans is more in tune with what you want to do because how you like to express yourself is seen as inappropriate in a professional setting. Okay, I understand that. Now here's the problem. You spent so much time in the first episode trying to paint yourself as this great mother. Your kid wasn't sad you were leaving. And here's the bottom line, because you work on OnlyFans now and you're an influencer, you can work from anywhere, all you need is Wi-Fi. So realistically, you could have stayed in Panama and found someone that's from Panama to build a life with, but you chose an American, so from the start, you always planned on moving to America.
I love to show you my sexy and wild side. This is the only place where you can interact with me, daily DM interactions. I'm the only person managing this account. I create content every day because all I want to do is keep you happy. Well, at least she wants to keep her subscribers on OnlyFans happy. Not Gino. Hey dude, look at this. So for $15, she could be my fiance too. And I can see all the same things you see, except for I don't have to get yelled at or talk to her. Lit.
The plan was never for Gino to move to Panama. So it's funny for you to throw this in this guy's face right now about how you're sacrificing so much because you're moving to America when it's what you always wanted. I've been giving up so much for you. Gino met this girl on a sugar baby dating site, and she's not giving up anything that she wasn't comfortable already giving up before she went on the website to try and attract a foreign man to take her out of Panama. Good news, everyone. I recently made an Amazon storefront, so be sure to check that out. I saved y'all a bunch of time by compiling a lot of great gifts for guys and girls because the holidays are coming up. Check out our merch if you got some spare coin. If you want some one-on-one time with me, please order Cameo. I'm the #1 Cameo creator in the entire world. I'm super thankful that y'all watch my content. Comment below, subscribe. Love you, love you. Follow me on Twitch and on Instagram right now.